The Airbus A320neo family is a family of aircraft under development by Airbus, replacing the predecessor A320 family. The letters Neo stand for New Engine Option, and are the last step of the modernization program A320 Enhanced, which was started in 2006. In addition to the Neo, the modernization program also included such improvements as aerodynamic refinements, large curved winglets, weight savings, a new cabin with larger luggage spaces, and an improved air purification system. Customers will have a choice of either the CFM International LEAP-1A or the Pratt Whitney PW1100G. These improvements in combination are predicted to result in 15% less fuel consumption per aircraft, 8% lower operating costs, less noise production, and a reduction of nitrogen oxide emissions by at least 10% compared to the A320 series, as well as an increase in range of approximately 500 nautical miles. A rearranged cabin allows up to 20 more passengers, enabling in total over 20% less fuel consumption per seat. Airbus has firm orders for the A320 Neo family totaling 2,523 as of November 2013. Orders passed the 3,000 mark during the 2014 Farnborough Air Show in the UK. The A320 Neo rolled out on July 1, 2014, while the first flight is scheduled for September 2014. Development. A320 Enhanced. Airbus had been assessing the successor to the A320 family with the option of a completely new aircraft or a re-engined and updated one. In 2006, Airbus started the A320 Enhanced program as a series of improvements to the A320 family. The improvements include aerodynamic refinements, such as adding large curved winglets with 3.5% fuel burn improvements, weight savings, a new cabin, and engine improvements. Although these engine improvements were fitted into the A320 in 2007/2008 with the CFM 56 Tech insertion and the V2500 Select, they were estimated with improvements of only 1 to 2%, which finally led to Airbus's decision of going with the New Engine Option, abbreviated Neo. Who's going to roll over a fleet to a new generation aircraft for 5% better than an A320 today. Especially if another 10% improvement might be coming in the second half of the next decade based on new engine technology, said John Lee, Airbus Chief Operating Officer and Executive Member, in 2006. Sharklets. The A320 Enhanced as well as the A320 Neo will also include some modifications to the wing, mainly the installation of blended winglets called Sharklets, which were announced on November 15, 2009 by Airbus to A320s commencing in 2012 with launch customer Air New Zealand. These Airbus winglets, which are 2.4 meters tall and weigh 200 kilograms, would reduce fuel burn by 3.5% and offer increases in payload of 500 kilograms, or range by 100 nautical miles at the original payload. This corresponds to an annual CO2 reduction of around 700 tons per aircraft, saving operators $220,000 per aircraft per year. The Sharklets are to be manufactured and distributed by Korean Air Aerospace Division. Enhanced cabin. A new cabin was fitted, offering better and larger luggage storage and a quieter cabin, packaged with a more modern look and feel. A new air purification system with filters and a catalytic converter removes toxic fumes and unpleasant smells from the air before it is pumped into the cabin. Additionally, improved cabin efficiency by a new galley concept, reduced weight, improved ergonomics and food hygiene and recycling requirements. LED ambience lighting is optionally available. Anytime LEDs are used for the passenger service unit and the flight crew can control the cabin through new touchscreen displays. The new SpaceFlex optional cabin configuration includes a new rear galley configuration and smart lavatory design, increasing space efficiency. It allows up to 9 more passengers for the A320 Neo and, with moved and size increased exit doors, up to 20 more passengers for the A321 Neo without putting more sardines in the can. Fuel efficiency per seat is increased by 6% with this option, together with the new engines in total exceeding 20%. A320 Neo, New Engine Option. On December 1, 2010, Airbus officially launched its successor to the A320 Enhanced, the A320 Neo new engine option. The choice for new engines include the CFM International LEAP-1A and the Pratt Whitney PW1100G. Though the new engines will burn 16% less fuel, the actual fuel gain on an A320 installation will be slightly less, since €2% is typically lost upon installation on an existing aircraft. Overall, this means an additional range of 950 km, or 280 of extra payload. Airbus CEO was said to be comfortable with the projections of 15% lower maintenance cost for the Pratt & Whitney's PW1000G family, compared with today's engines. Airbus is targeting October 2015 for the first delivery and plans to deliver 4,000 A320 Neo over 15 years. Virgin America became the launch customer with a firm order of 30 A320 Neo aircraft as a part of a 60-aircraft order on January 17, 2011. However, in November 2012 they deferred the deliveries of the A320 Neo aircraft until 2020, making ALFC the new launch customer along with the A321 Neo. Airlines' choices between the two engines are almost equal. The first Airbus A320 Neo rolled out of the Toulouse factory on July 1, 2014. Design. Airbus states that the A320 Neo family incorporates latest generation engines and large Sharklet wingtip devices, which together will deliver a total of 15% in fuel savings. This includes the use of Sharklet winglets, which are able to decrease the fuel consumption by 3.5% to 4% due to the decrease of wingtip vortices and drag. The A320 Neo has over 95% airframe commonality with the current A320 with 91% commonality in tooling. The airframe is made with new materials such as composite materials and more aluminium alloys, which helps save weight and thus fuel consumption. Also, the new materials will reduce the total of parts of the plane, which will decrease the maintenance costs. Delivery prepayment. Contrary to most recent airliner developments with partly years of delay, the A320 Neo delivery was preponed to October 2015 from second quarter 2016. Its first flight was preponed to September 2014. The 95% commonality with the A320 helped eliminating the risks associated with too many modifications in one shot. Variants. Airbus has decided to offer 3 advanced variants of the A320 family with a new engine option. The A319, A320 and A321 will all be developed further, while the A318 is not expected to be offered as a Neo, although that may change in the future. A390 Neo. Qatar Airways is the launch customer. A320 Neo, ILFC is the launch customer. A321 Neo, ILFC is the launch customer. Orders. Since its launch in December 2010, the A320 Neo has received above 2,000 Neo orders in a little over 2 years after launch, making it the fastest-selling commercial aircraft in history. Significant orders include 150 aircraft from Indigo, 200 from AirAsia, 130 from American Airlines and 174 from Lion Air. The A320 Neo is planned to enter service in October 2015 with ILFC, 27 years after the first A320 was delivered. This will be followed by the shrunk A390 Neo and later by the stretched A321 Neo. At the Paris Air Show 2011, Airbus announced that they had orders from GECAS, Scandinavian Airlines, TransAsia Airways, Indigo, LAN Airlines, AirAsia and Go Air. A few months later, Lufthansa became the aircraft's first German customer, ordering 30 examples. On March 14, 2013, the airline ordered 70 additional A320 Neo and A321 Neo aircraft. Airbus also received commitments for 83 A320 Neo aircraft from Air Lease Corporation and Avianca TACA. A month later, American Airlines ordered 130 A320 Neos on July 20, 2011, which would cause the airline to cease having an all-Boeing fleet. The order placed on June 23, 2011 by the Malaysian low-cost carrier AirAsia was announced as the largest commercial aviation order at the time. At the 2011 Paris Air Show, the A320neo received a combined total of 667 orders and 83 commitments. The Dubai Air Show in November 2011 saw a further total of 130 orders and 105 commitments by several customers. AirAsia has placed the largest order ever of the A320neo, consisting of 200 aircraft. On January 25, 2012, Norwegian and Airbus confirmed an order of 100 A320neo. Pegasus Airlines, the second-largest airline in Turkey, has signed for up to 100 A320neo family aircraft, of which 75 are firm orders. EasyJet, who already operates 195 A320ceo family aircraft, announced on June 18, 2013 an intention to acquire 100 Airbus A320neo for delivery between 2017 and 2022. As part of the deal, EasyJet have options on a further 100 A320neo aircraft. Specifications are preliminary until design is finished. Source: Airbus, Airliners.net, FlightGlobal.com, Pratt Whitney, CFM International. See also: competition between Airbus and Boeing, related development, Airbus A320 family, aircraft of comparable role, configuration and era, Boeing 737 MAX, Bombardier Series, Comac C919, Irkut MiS-21, references. External links, official website, Airbus A320neo plus Boeing 737 MAX, orders and commitments, a comparison. Light.